Let's go to Stokes Landing Conservation Area, about 10 minutes north of downtown St. Augustine. Let's go for a run. This is a state-funded parcel acquired to protect water resources, wetlands, and wildlife habitat. This is what I want to preserve in St. Johns County. Not just vacant land. This, the forests, wetlands, wildlife, waterways, and beautiful places that allow us to experience what Florida was like before so much of it was developed. And that's why I'm in favor of the proposal to finance $100 million for the County Land Acquisition Management Program Conservation Program, or LAMP. I, for one, am willing to spend the money on conservation, but I want to make sure it's spent wisely. Because LAMP, at least on paper, is actually a pretty good conservation program. It looks at things like environmentally sensitive land, wildlife habitat, corridors, wetlands, water resources, scenic areas, and historic and archaeological resources. There is a process for evaluating and ranking properties, and I like that. But here's where I have concerns. The program is ultimately operating within a political system. And I don't want a $100 million conservation fund to become another weapon in the political fight over development. If a developer wants a piece of property, that doesn't automatically mean we should buy it. The question should be, is this one of the places we most need to save? You know, I'd like to see St. Johns County identify those places before the political battles begin. Where are our most sensitive ecosystems? Our wildlife corridors, wetlands and waterways? Where are our most beautiful landscapes, our historic and cultural treasures? What places would we regret losing forever? Those are the properties I want LAMP pursuing. Not to engage in bidding wars with developers, because that's not really conservation. That's using conservation money to fight development or developers directly. And I don't think that's what taxpayers should be paying for. What I learned this election season is the loudest slow-growth politicians in St. Johns County don't really care about conservation or stewardship. It's a political bloc supported by NIMBYism. These are people who don't like the increase in traffic, people, and in some cases, have personal vendettas against developers. At this point, I'm not just running because of the video. The yellow flies, the biting ones, were out in full force. You can probably see them. I am pro-conservation. In fact, that's the root of what it means to be a conservative. I am pro-stewardship, and I am pro-nature and beauty. I'm willing to spend the money, but not if what will become a $100 million slush fund financed through bonds becomes a political weapon used against others, either by political appointment or mission creep over time. That level of pettiness currently exists. When it comes to increased taxation and government spending, there are a few things I am willing to spend more on. Real conservation is one of those things. But I want to make sure the decisions are based on conservation value, not political ideology. Because there is a big difference between protecting something because it's irreplaceable and a natural treasure, and buying something simply because someone else wants to develop it. We don't have to choose between growth and conservation. We can grow and still decide that some places are simply too important to lose. That's what I want LAMP to do. Identify the treasures first, then spend the money to protect them. Across the river is the GTM, so you can stand here and see no development at all. In 20, 50, or 100 years from now, the people who live here won't care about who won today's political fight. But they are going to care about what we left behind. I'm curious to know what you think. Please comment below.
Hey, thanks for watching. For more local St. Augustine content, don't forget to like and subscribe.